All right, we're ready for 2024. Getting ready to kick this season off. We already kicked this new year off. My name is Mr. Tuggerson, Walter Tuggerson from Tugger and Son Lawn Care Services. Started this business around about 4 to 5 years ago, and I'm using my platform to come on and encourage beginners, those who are starting a business in 2024. My first point, I encourage you to download 2 to 3 apps. What, what am I saying? Apps, lawn maintenance apps, not apps that require you to pay anything, but they already they find you the jobs, they pay you to do them. And why would I say that? Because that is something you need to first learn systems. You want to put yourself in a place where you learn systems. Okay, what do you mean systems? How people that are already out here and how they're building from behind the computer and getting jobs and sending jobs to guys like us that are starting. Okay, now with these apps, you're not gonna make you know the money that you would love to make if you was just advertising and doing things on your own and setting things up on your own. But with these apps, you can make some money. And when I say you can make some money, um, you example, you may get to a house that they sent you to, and on the app they may have this yard for $45, but this yard basically needs a cleanup. It's basically a cleanup, not nothing. It's a little overgrown, and it basically needs a little cleanup. So you can bid on it. You can call in and bid on that yard and say, well, you know, this yard is going to be $100. And sometimes they it's kind of like a hustle. And what they would say, oh, hold on and let's look and see if they have any money in their account. And they'll come back and say, well, could you get it done for 80? And if you have mowers and things like that, you know, $80, you already see that you can basically run over the yard 2 times and be out of there within about 45 minutes. Hey, go and do the yard. you know. But you have to work that system. You have to find these systems. You have to get them and then start working them. And I encourage you to download the apps because you want to. Your goal is to not get caught up in the now, because in lawn care business, when the season starts, as of March, things are going to be going like wildfire. You're going to be making money. You're going to be spending money, and things are going to be happening. You're going to be buying things. So, all your goal has to be as a beginner is those months of November, December, January, and February. So you want to already have these apps and things in place to to so you can start working them and your business can stay active where you're not in a slump. You're not in a slump. You're constantly making money. You got something going on at all times. So your truck is steady moving. So in the wintertime, most of the time, these guys are the guys that have pretty much established. They're not really out like that. They're doing basically landscape work and things of that nature. So it gives you up on meeting new customers, things like that, and building your business and building your clientele with clients because they be need them to cut their grass. Sometimes they just get overgrown, and the lawn guy he never came back. He ain't been back since November. Now it was New Year's, and he still hasn't been back because he's waiting on the season. He's chilling. He's hibernating. And that's kind of like when you're doing residential. That's kind of like how people think. So at the same time, that's why it's important to download these apps. Find the apps that can generate you some kind of income, get you in some places that you normally wouldn't be. So you can create a customer base. You're out there, your logos on your truck, people are giving you calls and things like that, and you're building something. So that's point one. Point two, focus on all customer information. Why do I say that? because it's one of the biggest things that I didn't understand it at first. And when it comes to business, I went and done a lot of quotes, went out and done a lot of quotes, and I didn't get the job. But at the same time, I still have the information. So it took me like about 3 years to get this. And I looked at my phone and I said, all these people that a lot of people I didn't land the job. They called me, I locked the number in, and I just kept their number. It's in my phone. But at the same time, I do other services. I do pressure washing. I do upholstery cleaning. I do surface cleaning. I do mobile detailing in my downtime. So these services and this customer information, I built the community. So I didn't get the job, but now I'm pressure washing the house yearly because I went back and I regurgitated that and put that information back out into back to them and let them know what are the services that I provide. Great point. So you always want to stay focused on customer information. You want to get emails. You want to get all the information you can get, because in the months of I'm always going to piggyback on the months of November, December, January, and February. You want to be able to have the information to regurgitate it and put it back out there and let people know your other services, so you can keep some income coming in. This is something that I do religiously, but this video is for beginners. But I was taught that if you never get past the basics, you never have to go back. So that helps me out very, when it comes to life and business and circumstances like this, because I perfect the basics. Oh, let's go. Point number 3, one of the big ones. Don't allow pride to stop you from building a successful business. Stay humble. What am I saying? Example, you never want to get in a place when you get down to the end of the season and there's nothing happening for you. That's why I piggyback on the apps. And you sitting around, you're like, man, I started this lawn care business, and you're sitting around and you're thinking that you don't have these you haven't created a fan base of you haven't built a system where you have bi-weekly customers, or you have built a system of bi-weekly customers or weekly customers, but that fan base, that community is not what you built, is not stable. So you don't want to get caught in pride saying that, oh, I have a lawn care business and I'm not working for anyone else. So you don't want to get stuck there. That's why the apps are so important. Pigging back, if you never get past the basics, remember, you never have to go back. So perfect the basics. Stay on your foundation until you build something, until you can get where you're trying to go. So that's very important. And in those months, if it doesn't work with the apps, if the apps are not picking up and you're not generating the revenue you need, be mindful. Stay humble. What do you mean? Go and get a job. I don't care if it's at Family Dollars. I don't care where it's at. Get a job. So while you're working, you're study creating. You're making money, but then you're gonna get those calls. You're gonna get those emails because you're marketing at the same time, but you're not sitting around waiting on something to happen. So you want to stay active and motivated at the same time. That they carry you into the next year. So you don't want to get caught in pride mode, and it's just not where you want to be. You don't want to get that mindset of, I started this business and it does good for those 8 months, but you have to understand that you have kids, you're spending money, and you're fixing things, and you're buying things. You're buying assets to make more money. So you want to keep all this stuff running, active, and you want to stay moving. Piggyback on the apps. If you're a beginner, or if you have already began, and you're doing residential, the apps can be very beneficial to you if you take the time out, especially in the winter time. You wouldn't believe in the winter time when you pull up at these yards and they're gonna pay you $35 for them, and there's really nothing to cut. So it's basically the same thing that you would be charging doing the up season when the grass is growing. So you wanna keep that you wanna stay connected to resources, and those resources open other resources, and it create something for you to build on. Because you know don't some people they don't talk from the foundation. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to understand where you are, and what you're trying to build. And I just came on. I just wanted to encourage you guys. I want to encourage you guys to build, and when you're building, don't build in pride. Always remember, if you're building something, you want to build, when it comes to customers and people that you're dealing with, you want to build lifelong relationships. I'm talking about business relationships. So sometimes you have to be broad-minded. You're going to have people come in and they're going to try to lowball you. But at the same time, you have to understand the nature of the lowball. The lowball has opened doors for me to be doing 5, 6 other family members' yard. Not at that price, but at a decent price. And you have to look at it as, I'm working. If you're going to work for someone and they're saying, hey, I'm gonna pay you $20 an hour, and I have my own equipment, and it's taking me 15 minutes to do this yard for $30. You have to do the math. You have to say, well, that's 15 minutes. I'm doing this yard in 15 minutes. I'm charging them $30. So what's going on here? So it's 60 minutes an hour. So I said, man, 3, 6, 9, 36, 12. I'm making $120 an hour on this particular yard. So you have to do the math. You have to think like a businessman. And you have to think from the hourly state. So build your business. Don't listen to the outsiders saying, you may see this guy and you say, hey, I don't charge that. I don't pull my lawnmower off the truck for less than $50 or $40. Okay, he built this business in that place. That's okay. But understand where you're at. Understand that you're trying to get some doors open for your business to grow. So you want to stay in the growth state, and then when you get to a place, you can still run those apps because you know how to run them, and you're making money in them because you perfect the basics. So I just wanted to come on and encourage you guys to be motivated at all time, all season, in season, out of season. Be motivated and continue to build your business. Why do I say that? Because that's where I'm at. I'm totally motivated. I'm motivated. And I look at business like this. It's here a little, there a little. Thank God for the leaps, but I still build from the ground. And I'm constantly building and establishing something great for my sons and the generation to come. So, with that said, if you're looking for more content, because I'm going to be sharing some things with you guys, and like, comment, and subscribe, because we got a lot of things we're going to be sharing. Yeah, from the bottom. and we're going to build together. Thank God for this year. Thank God that I'm here. Thank God for this platform. And thank God for where we're going. Guys, have a blessed night.